So it's me, your little boy, K Samson. So I have something special for us today. Their eyes have already opened. Yes, let me tell you, a lot of people' eyes have fully do what open. What I mean is this: they have finally realized that they have made a mistake of what of treating you bad. A lot of people have finally realized, when I mean finally, they have finally realized that they made a mistake of taking you for granted. They made a mistake of looking down on you. Now they have fully realized. Why? Because what they are seeing around you is brighter than what they were seeing around them. Let me explain. Many of them, their thought was that the way they do used to, progressed, the way they were, succeeding, elevating when the time you were with them, when all of you were doing things together, they believed that you are not what the reason why they were doing good. Their thought was that you are not the reason why they were excelling. The same thing that goes to brothers of Joseph, that happened what to them. Listen, when Joseph was around his brother, maybe someone have revealed this to you. When Joseph was around his brother, everything was moving as smoothly. No, no lack of food, no lack of resources, no lack of water, no lack of this or that. They were living in good health. They were living in romantic. Oh my God, I remember those days when my teacher used to tell us that word. Anytime my teacher is teaching, mostly, here in Italy, where there was a story that they taught us about what romantic story of all those things. Anytime my teacher is teaching us that, I will just be like this. My teacher will say, Samson, I know, only this one you are focused. Yes, the rest, no, you are not interested of any other topic. When it comes to this one, your head is big like what? Like Joseph Conte. So what am I trying to say is this. Hear me and hear me good. Majority of people thought was that you are not what the reason why they were succeeding. But believe me, there are some people who know actually that the moment you come to their life, that mark the beginning of what? Of their sources. They know that mark it. Because no matter whom you are as a choosing, and if you have not figured out as a choosing, the only greatest sign that you need to understand that you carry divine attribute, the divine input of God, is that anywhere you enter, people feel something different. So what I mean is this: when Joseph was around his brother, everything was going well. But the moment he leave, it's not up to some times, days, months, years, everything start to go against them. What do I mean? What am I saying is this: many people who you have left, many people who treated you badly, who thought was that if they treat, maybe because they have already grew to that level where they believe that they can still be doing great without you, they can treat you the way they feel like, they can treat you the way they ought. But believe me, majority of them are absolutely regretting why they treated you bad. Majority of them are absolutely regretting why they did you wrong. Why? Because what they meant for evil, what they did to destroy you, what they did to sabotage your blessing, what they did to frustrate you, the things that they thought that they will still be, ending, the things that they thought that will still be moving. That is why the Bible said, Jesus said to his disciples, he said, anywhere you enter as he choosing. The disciples were selected, they were elected and what they were choosing. He said, anywhere you enter and they did not receive you, shake out your feet. It will be a judgment. Let me tell you, many people up there are secretly in danger. They are lacking everything because of your accent. Their thought was that they will also be succeeding, progressing, excelling, eh, in all, no matter what they do, no matter how they treat you, no matter how they take you for granted, that they will still would be progressing. But believe me, right now, what they are seeing is quite different from what they do used to see. What they what do used to happen around them when you were around them. Case is totally different. Why? Because the umbrella that covered them is already what out. The cloth that they do use to clothe that they do use to cover their shame is already what open. So everything about them is miserable because they treated what the one that the Lord have sent into their life for granted. That is why I always urge us choosing ones. That is why I always just want everyone up there. I know that we are not perfect. I know that we ought not to be perfect. But in all, be careful of what you throw out. You know, I do used to see some people said, if you want to live, you live. The truth is this. There are some people who will live your life that for the rest of that person's life, they will never be able to find someone like that, irreplaceable. They will never be able to find it. Believe me. When Haman tended to destroy Esther, what happened? Think about it. When Joseph died, what happened to the Israelite? There are some people who will live your life. No matter what, you will not be able to get someone like that. This is how God made it. That is why don't take anyone up there for granted. You know, there was a story of one of my friends, you know, that I heard. This my friend used to tell me that there was someone that he used to work with. You know, those days, according to them, after serving the master for 8 to 12 years in Africa, the guy, the moment it is time for them to settle the guy so that the guy will be able to do what, we open up his own, they start to accuse the guy. Tell him you do this, you do that. Why? Because they don't want to settle him. But guess what? After some years of treating the guy as nobody, wasted his time, wasted everything, they accuse him, which everybody know that is just because of the fact that it's already time for them to settle him. After like 3 to 4 years, believe me, the man went bankrupt, everything. Because some people don't know the kind of people they are treating out there. That is why if I see some people who are wealthy today, I laugh at them. Why? Because I have seen a lot of wealthy people. My grandmom was so wealthy in her own time, and I witnessed it. She used to tell me, don't take what don't belongs to you. Why? Because ordinary a drop of water you take from someone can destroy 20 to 60 to 70 years of your hustle, because you don't know the pain that the person passed through to get that drop of water. What does that mean is this: if peradventure maybe you said you are working, somebody is working under you, after working and all those stuff, the money you're supposed to pay him, maybe you're supposed to pay the person, let me use this. This is 2 euro. You're supposed to pay the person 2 euro. You decide, because you see that the person is not, he don't know anything, or you don't have, maybe you look at him as someone who don't have say, because mostly we Africans here, when you don't have any other means of surviving, anything they do, you take it. Maybe you're supposed to pay the person 2 euro like this, and you decide to deduct 15 cents and give it 1 euro 50 cents, and you think you have already done a perfect job. But believe me, in time to come, you are just like someone who take a rope like this and lay it on your neck like this and be expecting to walk freely. No, It also, you just like you are now putting a hook on your head, that in time to come, slowly it will enter like this, step by step. When karma start to expect you to change, to turn, the moment karma is tired of waiting you come to understand that this thing will hold you for neck, and instead of you to go forward, you will start to go backward, which I never pray for anyone. That's why I always urge us, don't think taking advantage of people, treating people badly will do what we favored you. There is no good reward in doing evil. Ask those who have done it. Yes, believe me. There was a man in those days when I was at home. This man was known as a wicked, that if you have a land with this man like this, it's all those kind of man in Africa that use magic, that use black magic. If you have a boundary like this, the man can come and say, if the man will jump from the boundary and enter your own, and if you say anything, he can even do you or do anything. When the man was about to die, he became so sick, seriously. When he was about to die, that particular moment, he take his son, his only son, he put his hands like this, said, listen, my son, do not do the evil I have done, because evil will always end up with evil. Don't do evil. Everybody was there. That is the last word, the last comment the man made. He said, don't do evil. Live good. Treat people around you well. Everybody was shocked. The moment he dropped hand, he gave up. So my brothers, my sisters, believe me, people who have treated you bad, many of you have no idea what they are going through behind the scene. They may pretend, they may act, because they don't want you to do or to identify what they are going through. But the real truth is this: they are going through a lot. May God bless you. Remain blessed.